Hello, everyone. This is the second part to the extraterrestrial threat. So I have been warning against the extraterrestrial threat. Not too long ago, actually. Well, I did mention it a couple of years ago. But in any case, the last video that I made, I was trying to finish it, but I didn't have time. So let's finish it now. So the question is, what is the extraterrestrial threat, and do extraterrestrials exist? A lot of people don't believe that extraterrestrials. Well, at least some people don't believe they exist. Some people do. You gotta be pretty blind to think that extraterrestrials don't exist. Pretty blind. And if you just pay attention to our so-called leaders, such as presidents, you will know that they're telling you more or less that extraterrestrials exist, and I'm telling you that they are a threat, and most of them are a threat to a lot of races in the universe, not just the human race. They want to wipe out, first of all, they want to wipe out the collective, aka angels in all universe, to all parts of the universe. When I say the universe, I'm talking about the only thing that exists within the confines of the prison, the overall prison. The universe is a disk-like circle around a disk-like circle in the middle of infinite space. People talk about multiverse and multiple universes. Bullshit. There's only one universe that is a. Well, okay. Let me just stick to what I know. There's only from where we're caught, trapped. Source consciousness has quarantined the universe off from the rest of itself because of the toxicity of the light that are residing in it. Doesn't matter what they believe, religious or not religious, scientific or whatever. It's all the same crap, low energy. And extraterrestrials, a lot of these extraterrestrials are part of it. And our government high officials, top leaders of corporations, presidents such as Obama, they are aware of it. They exist. Pay attention to what they say, and you would know they're telling you the truth. They're telling the truth. They've been lying to us, but if you pay attention, they often, but maybe perhaps more lately than before, they are admitting that they exist.
U.S. officials are typically tight-lipped, but that is changing.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh.
In this video, taken from a U.S. Navy jet, we hear crew reacting to what appears to be a craft flying at high speed and in astonishing ways.
Well, if there's look at that thing. It's rotating.
The video comes from a covert Pentagon task force established in 2007 and charged with collecting and analyzing levels of government.
All right, so let's look at the government, or government speaking, particularly Barack Hussein Obama.
Disclosure has officials at the highest levels of government treating UFOs with a new urgency and openness, including a former president.
There's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they moved, their trajectory.
The Pentagon is expecting.
All right, so he is trying to. He's lying. Okay, he's lying. He's basically telling you that these are extraterrestrials. I mean, like, how much more obvious does he have to get? How much more obvious these people have to get before you understand? We don't know, they're not really human. Dude, seriously. He's just like playing with words. He's telling you these beings exist and that we are their bitches. As President Obama, they're one of their bitches. I do what they say instead of like standing my grounds, knowing that I'm also as powerful as I can be, as powerful as they are when I do the right thing, instead of sucking other people's energy, instead of siding with these extraterrestrials to murder the populace, to create vaccines, to whatever.
expected to issue a report soon, providing Congress and the public with an analysis of UFO data from multiple government agencies.
There are things flying over national security installations. We don't know who they are. We don't know what it is. It isn't ours. We need to find out.
It's
not ours. I mean, it's not humans. Okay? Extraterrestrials exist. They pose grave danger to the collective angels in all parts of the universe. And if they can wipe out angels, aka starseeds, in all parts of the universe, because these are the most powerful beings, powerful meaning the brightest energies in the universe, who volunteer to come here to do their job, to raise the frequency. If they can do that, then you better believe they would be able to wipe out series of other races, just disappear. It has happened before. Okay, at that point, if you, as a group of entities, extraterrestrials, dark extraterrestrials, are able to do such a thing, you will not hesitate to do it again, because you have gone into the deep end, so far into the deep end darkness, that you know that the level of effort required to come back into the light will be way too much. I've seen evidence of what is to come from beings who are stubborn, regular people in this realm, collective. I've seen enough of it. Souls, their light will be shredded with a dark, the machine, the machine that right before you come into incarnation, it is bad. The only way to escape it, is raising your frequency, doing something to increase your vibration, telling the truth, having integrity, not putting darkness in your body, and things like that. Project Blue Book. Let's look at it.
It's been 70 years since the Pentagon opened its first UFO study. In recent decades, there has been little official acknowledgement of the phenomenon, though sightings have continued. These cases are often researched by citizen groups.
We've been studying UFOs for all these years, and almost all of the evidence is witness testimony. You know, it's understandable, it's exciting, it convinced me years ago and still does, but it is just witness testimony. And you need something beyond that. That's why the Navy videos or all the data. So
no, you don't. You really don't. That's just school training. It's all bullshit. When something happens to you and you go through the agony and pain, and it happens over and over again, especially if it happens over and over again, you don't need the bullshit formal education training of like, oh, why don't it just land on the White House lawn? Oh my God, how stupid do you think beings are? They're here to impress you. Are you freaking kidding me? Get a freaking life. By the way, before I end this video, let me just say this, because I made a video which I haven't posted yet, answering comments about being a white magician. If you are an angel, a source player, even if you're not perfect, the minute you decide to start helping, that is also a sign of protection. Yeah, it just, sometimes, you're sabotaged because your higher self is trying to get you to listen. You can't do all the job for you, or the jobs for you. Because you're part of your entire self, right? So a part of you that is tainted can be corrupted by the darkness, which can affect the whole thing. So, I personally have been working behind the background. I'm sure that these extraterrestrials are listening to me now. Listen, the bonus rounds have begun. Yeah, I'm still in physical pain. I'm still healing. I just got back from my trip recently. I'm sure you've been following. But I tell you again, I'll repeat it again. I'm in my full power as a wing seer. I'm in my full power as a wing seer. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Okay, especially these Freemason members of the secret society. It's FBI, CIA, dude. Certain members who are engaged. You actually know that I can hear you, right? You know that I can hear you. You know that source players, once they begin to come into the power by doing less negative things, cutting a cord between their bloodline. See, but that's just part of what I was talking about in the last video. You don't have to know which family member has betrayed you to do a cord cutting between you and that family member, because the way you word it is all that matters. You can say something with the severing, the cutting of this cord between. With the cutting of this cord, I sever, disconnect the negative connection between me and all negative members of my family and my karmic partner, and my partner. You do this a couple of times if necessary, and as a source player, as beginning to do that, the negative energies will be released. Any entities put in your body slowly will begin to wither away. That's another way to come into your power. If you don't want to do a return to sender for somebody hurting you or putting entities in your body, you might just want to release what's already in your body by doing a cord cutting between you and your family members, between you and extraterrestrials. You keep doing that, and you keep saying things like, I return and bind to them any dark entities and energies put in my body, and automatically block, return and bind the negative energy to them. If you take that approach, you don't have to really worry about them getting to you, because you'll see that you don't have to worry about people who are darker, magic working against you, because as soon as you do that, you are basically telling your source self and the universe that you're ready, that you want to understand how white magic work, and that you're willing to do the work. You have to be willing to do the work to improve yourself, to let your light shine. That's the fastest way to go about. And so I would say, when you do that, I would do that first for a while, for a couple of months. Okay, I would do that for a good 6 months before I start giving people karma. As a source player, as an angel, man, you are here representing source outside of the universe. The brighter your light shines, the quicker people will receive karma. So that's why they say that's not who you hurt. It's not what you've done, it's who you've done it to. Because there are people, the collective, once those members of the collective, or any member of the collective, wake up and they know you've been siphoning their energy and you refuse to stop, you're fucked. The best thing for you to do is to stop. You stop, you're good. But if you keep going and they've asked for your negative energy to be automatically returned to you, your energy will return to you. Now, as I said, the brighter your energy, the faster it works. For a regular person, it may take 2 months for these things to work. But for the collective, who is serious about doing the work, shoot, man. Listen, when you do these rituals, I would suggest you call upon your ancestors, because your ancestors are not just beings, light from this realm. We're talking the entire universe and beyond the entire universe. I have evidence that beings straight from source consciousness, archangels, assist me. Direct evidence. I'm not going to mention any particular names here, because I want the extraterrestrials to be a little surprised. Can't give them all the clues away. So, the extraterrestrials, the last thing I'll say is, their threat, I say, listen, every once in a while do a cord cutting between you and any extraterrestrials in your past life and in your present life. Cut the cords. So, okay, focus on the cord cutting. And for now, don't worry about, like, doing other spells. Focus on healing. Do the cord cutting. That will give you protection. I release, return, and bind. You keep doing it until you're clear. You keep doing it. As you do more and more you do it, you get other ideas of self-care, self-improvement. Source consciousness, source speed. Alright, I'm trying to stop this. Alright. Why is this thing not stopping? Ah, there we go.